All right. Glad y'all are coming on in already.
Good evening, everyone. Are you ready to rumble?
Really?
I've been waiting to say that.
Yeah.
It's
All right,
gonna
I'm
be
trying
rumble.
to get in here on my.
How is everyone tonight?
Yeah, please. Yeah, just talk for a minute. I can't figure out where my live stream is.
Mine is slow behind.
So anyway, I was gonna make John a moderator, but I can't get into my I'm trying to get into my phone to do this. But tonight it's the Sweet 16 finale of the Sweet 16 bourbon battle. And I'm gonna start by, let's see if I can get in here. It won't let me get in. I've got to figure something out. So I don't know if I can do that tonight, but let's see. Look at here. Michael Ford is in the house.
There's Michael. And good evening to everyone. Terry,
Mm-hmm.
Marshall and Alyssa, John, PJ, and Roger.
Mm-hmm. And Michael says, cheers for the postcard. You're welcome, buddy. I hope you have recovered from your foot fracture. And yeah, it's getting better. Today I was walking much better than I have in about, I don't know, a month. So it's getting there. So there's Roger Randall, and he's saying hello to Marshall and Alyssa. Straight up sips. And there's PJ. PJ says, "Hey Walter, just saw a camper commercial. You need to get one of those to sponsor you." Yeah, that would be nice. I'll take that.
Yeah.
And John says, "Yeah, thanks for the postcard." And John, you and Marshall and Alyssa, you should get something in the mail here in the next few days, next week sometime. Let's see who else I missed. We got Terry Meyer in the house. I know Tina mentioned that.
And there's Sassy Sue. How are you, Sue?
Yeah. Sue said she was a slacker or something. So, but we're glad to see her in.
We are.
And, you know, Michael Ford is coming all the way from Australia, guys. So
yeah,
we got Michael Ford, and we got Neil, who comes in a lot. He's from Australia. And then we got Terry, who's from Minnesota. And Sue, that's almost like a foreign country way up there in the, near the boundary waters, which I have fished on the boundary. Well, not on the boundary waters, but in the lakes around the boundary waters. So cool. Glad everybody's coming in. And I'm going to do a real quick review of, let me just present what we did real quick.
Well, hello, Robert Davis. Welcome in. Thank you.
Well, come on. It's not letting me present this thing. I don't know why. So we're just going to cancel it. So I'll just review it because for some reason I was not able to pull that up. So in the first two rounds, we had 2 nights. We had 8 each night. Jack Daniels, number 1 seed, beat the Fighting Cock. Number 2, Buffalo Trace, beat Benchmark Old number 8. Jim Beam 7 beat Old Forester 86. And so I could be doing this. So do it like this. You got Jack Daniels here. They're the number 1 seed, and they beat Fighting Cock. Stop, Tina. Okay. And then Buffalo Trace beat Benchmark Old number 8. So Buffalo Trace, the number 2 seed, beat Benchmark Old number 8. And then the 3 seed, Jim Beam, lost to Old Forester, the number 14 seed, Old Forester. And then, ding, that wasn't a bell, but anyway. And then number 5, Early Times, was the number 5 seed, and they beat Old Granddad 114, and that was tight. And then we had Old Tub against Benchmark Bonded, and Benchmark Bonded is right here. It's the number 11 seed, and it's going up against Old Forester. We'll review that in just a second. Then Evan Williams 1783 beat the Old Wild Turkey, which that Old Wild Turkey, that bottle had been on the shelf probably longer than any other bottle.
So it was old.
It was old, and it didn't stand a chance. But that was Evan Williams 1783. That moved ahead. And then the Benchmark Single Barrel was actually defeated by Wild Turkey 101, and I was very surprised at that. I think I had that very close score, and then Tina picked Wild Turkey, so that was cool. So tonight we're going with the final 8, and we're going to start pouring right now. So we've got
well, thank you, Robert.
Robert Davis, drinking Old Bardstown. That's cool. And he says he loves our podcast. Well, good. Thanks for coming on in, Robert. Appreciate you and everybody that's in here.
That's right.
And
we're keeping it squatchy.
And so the Jack Daniels, the number 1 seed, is going to go up against Wild Turkey. So I'm going to pour the Jack Daniels, they're number 1. And Tina will pour some. And then Wild Turkey 101 is the number. What number seed are they, Tina?
The Wild Turkey is number 9.
Number 9. Ooh, we got a cork pull alert. And this is going to go out to Michael Ford, who's in the house. Been a Patreon member for so long.
So glad he could join us.
I'm unworthy of the amount of money he's given me. But I appreciate you, Michael. So he's in the house, cork pool. Not brand new, but it's decent. You can send him back there, yeah. All right. Little Wild Turkey 101. And then, oh, you need that.
Yeah.
And then the number 2 seed, Buffalo Trace. And it's going to go, oh, we got another cork pool in the house. This is going to go to my man, Bill Coleman, who just showed up.
Well,
he said he was here earlier. Here you go, Bill Coleman. That's for you, Buffalo Trace. And he don't probably drink much whiskey. We don't have any rum barrels, rum bottles. And Buffalo Trace is going to go up against, this is actually going to be a tough one. The number 7 seed, Evan Williams, 1783. And that's a screw top. And then we got Benchmark Bonded, and it's the number 5 seed. Benchmark Bonded. And then we're going to mix these up like we did the other night, so we won't really. I mean, a little bit more there.
So it's sort of blind. Can you get it?
I don't know.
Losing tops and corks here.
There you go. All right, so that's Benchmark Bond against what number seed? We got number 14.
Number 14.
Old Forester, which a number 14 seed, moving on up, and it's going to go up against the Benchmark Bond. That's going to be an interesting little match right there.
Ron Long is in the house, and he had his first pour of Elmer Tea Lee
Ooh, nice.
this evening.
Well, you need to tell us how that was.
He said, fantastic.
Oh, yeah, fantastic. Yeah, it is good. I mean, if you paid $500 for it, you probably don't think it's that great. If you paid $42, which it was, but was gifted to us for $42.
And it's even better.
And that was cheaper than some of the pours I had. But I love El Martini. I know a lot of people. It gets more shade than anything else. But I'm going to tell you right now, it's smooth. But it depends on what you pay for it.
Right.
It's, $42 whiskey is good. So now we got the last one. Early Times. This is the number 5 seed, right?
Uh-huh.
Early Times. Hang on.
$20 a pour at the restaurant. That's not bad. That is not bad for a pour of that.
Yeah, no, that's good.
I think when you first tried it was more.
Yeah, it was 50.
Yeah.
Here's the Early Times. This is a black top. This is almost cheating because you can't get it anymore. And but it's good. There you go, Tina. And then the last one, which was a surprising upset. This is what, number 13 seed?
Yes.
13 seed, just a regular old Henry McKenna sour mash. And it had a big upset. I forget who it was up against last time.
Yeah, I'd have to look again. Let me see. I'll tell you.
But that's good stuff. I could tell you. Here. I look at my chart. It beat Old Granddad. Yeah, we already talked about that. Okay. Yeah. So we're going to get sipping. And what is that?
Wait a minute. I forgot to pour my. I just put the top on it. I forgot to pour it.
Oh, we can't sip yet. We got to mix them up. All right. So we're going to mix them up. There's Tater Dom. Cheers to you, buddy.
Hey, Tater Dom.
And he's telling everybody to hit that like button.
Thank you.
And John's thinking Benchmark versus Old Forester is going to be the battle. It may just be.
One-Eyed Jack.
Did Nathan Fireball show up? Who? And there's one. Oh, that's One-Eyed Jack. The one and only One-Eyed Jack. Remember Dice's friend?
Yeah.
That's cool.
How are you?
Cannot find Early Times bottled in bond. Yeah, that's a tough one, but it'll be the blue top now, which is now Brown Foreman, I guess. So anyway. All right. So Tina's going to hide her eyes, and I'm going to mix hers up. If y'all see her cheating, y'all let me know. And you can only really mix it. We can only go this way. That way you keep it acting, but we don't know which one it is. So now, Tina, I'm done. Thank y'all for coming in again, by the way. This is going to be fun.
Okie dokie.
All right. So, last time we had trouble with our bourbon math.
Lori was, our friend Lori was cracking up.
Yeah. Is Nathan in here?
They're probably creeping. Are you creeping, Lori and Nathan?
Yeah, they're probably just lurking. All right. So here we go. Why am I getting this echo? I got that last night too.
I'm not sure.
And I'm not sure what's, you know what I think it is? We got this new water filter that my brother gave me. And I think if I talk too loud, it starts going. It's like a big thing you would take camping, but it's sitting over here. So it's going out of this room. All right. So anyway, this is, we don't know what it is, but this is going to be Jack Daniels versus Wild Turkey. Number 1 versus number 9. The numbers are on the bottom of the glass, and I promise you we can't read them.
Can't see them. You guys might be able to see them as we sip.
What in the world? Guys.
Smelling good.
Bill Coleman has struck again, the GOAT. And he said, for it's your favorite troublemaker. Yeah.
Aw, thank you, Bill.
He's definitely our favorite troublemaker. And can you believe that?
Thank you so much, Bill.
Thanks, Bill. It's always appreciated.
As always.
We're getting ready to try to go to Gatlinburg here pretty soon, just for a short trip. So this will come in handy. Thank you so much. Going to do a little bourbon hunt. I know we need to do one of those. So
no, hadn't done that in a while.
Bill, we appreciate you. Unbelievable. So, all right.
That's right. One-eyed Jack. Last time he saw us was Fremont Street. He said
it was, and we were feeling pretty.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
We were feeling Fremont Street.
Mm. Oh, I like that. I like that a lot. That's good. That's good. Let me get some water. Oh, you're welcome, Bill. I like to send those postcards out. And I've got all the Patreon members' addresses, and I got a few of the YouTube members too. That smells pretty good too.
My second glass is smelling pretty good.
Oh, it's not as good as the first one, so I'm gonna score this already. All right, so first glass.
Sorry, guys. Got to put my eyeballs on.
Okay, I got mine. And after I look at mine, I'll write the number down so I can keep it straight. So we won't have trouble with bourbon math this time. Straight up sips. What was he saying is one of his favorite sippers? I missed it. I think it may be. Oh, was it Malort?
Oh, Nathan said, "Watch out, Walt. She put Malort in your glass." You're not supposed to tell, Nathan. Come on.
Yeah, early times is what they're talking about. All right. So I rated the first glass an 81, and that was, as you can see, number 9, Wild Turkey. And then I rated my second glass, which was Jack Daniels. That's a 1. And where it is? Come on, 1. And that is a 70. All right, can you tell me?
What was your first score?
81.
81. My first glass, I rated 65, which is
the number
1.
Okay.
And then my second glass, I rated a 63.
She likes Jack Daniels better than she's so fired. She likes Jack Daniels better than Wild Turkey, and she likes Benchmark number 8 better than Buffalo Trace.
Maybe not. We'll see.
But let's see. So the scores are 144 to 135, and so the Wild Turkey moves on to the final 4. It's moving on, guys, to the final 4. So we're going to put that right there. Jack Daniels is out. And
All right.
honestly, I was surprised it beat the Fighting Cock, but it did. All right, let's see. Sassy Sue said your postcards are so nice in a world where nobody sends nice mail anymore. Well, that is true, and that's exactly why I send them, because it's nothing better than get some mail from people.
Glad you enjoyed that.
He says the shirt tells the tale, bro. Nah, that's right. That's right. She cheating over here, but she lost anyway.
I was trying to be a fan.
And Bill says, Walt, don't pick on Tina. She's allowed her take. Yes, she is.
Right. That's right. Thank you, Bill.
Bill,
I'm so glad you're here.
No, I'm not.
I am so glad you're here because, yes.
He's going to be here to pick on me.
He's taking up for me.
All right. So now we're going on to round number 2, which is Buffalo Trace versus Evan Williams, which I think this is going to be tough, honestly. It's going to be tough.
All right.
So I'm going with my first glass. That smells pretty good. Typical. That's pretty nice. Pretty nice. I'm getting some water in between. All right, guys. If I missed your comments, I'm sorry. And One Eye Jack says he likes Evan Williams. That's not bad. But I know what I like. You got your scores. Tina's getting her scores down. Appreciate everybody coming in. This is fun to do this. 1783 used to be my favorite when I didn't want to pay up to Maker's Mark 15 years ago. I hear you. All right, so I rated my first glass an 84, and that was Buffalo Trace. I rated my second glass a 75, and that's a 7. And that was the Evan Williams. So, what do you get, honey?
My first glass,
was number 7.
Number 7.
What'd you score it?
78.
Okay.
My second glass was the Buffalo Trace, and that got a 70.
Good Lord. So now we're in this is gonna be close. Oh my gosh. So that's 84. That's 154. God. And Tina had that 153, 78 and 75. Wow. So 84 and 70, 154 for Buffalo Trace. She had 78 and 75, so 153. By the hair of his chinny chin chin, Buffalo Trace moves on. So, wow. But, so that's the number 2 seed and the number 7 seed. All right. And Evan Williams in a very 1 point, guys.
Tight
1
game.
point. Goodness gracious. To me though, I like that caramel and vanilla, and the Evan Williams is just a little bit too harsh, a little bit, I don't know, it's like something about it. Short finish. Buffalo Trace has a longer finish. It seems like more flavors to me. But Tina had the other one, three guys.
One Eye Jack had a question.
Hey, Walt, correct me if I'm wrong, but it always seems like the tongue is the first place that you can tell if a whiskey is going to be smooth. Yeah, well, Yeah. Oh yeah. Because they all smell good a lot of times. But then once it starts rolling back, you know,
Oh yeah, you can.
and I don't use the smoothness a lot because that's kind of like, yeah, smooth to me might be smooth, not smooth to you. But that, right off the tongue, usually get that sweetness, and then those other flavors start coming in. He said, Evan Williams white label, you can't beat for the price. No, that's a good bottle. PJ said it should not have been that close. Well, Tina made it close, and she actually picked Evan Williams. So that's, hey, but 1783's got a good reputation. And Sue says,
tastes good.
Have to say that your shirt is awesome, Walt. Terry and I both think that is cool, and that is not to say yours is not cool, Tina. Yeah, Tina's cool. Yeah, I got this at the Area 51 Alien Center. Such a cool place. And if we have time after this, I'll tell y'all some stories about when I drove down the ET Highway on the other side of Area 51, and that was pretty freaky. Yeah. So now we gotta move on, but let me turn this arrow. Getting hot. All right. So we're only 2 in. We gotta quit talking and get. Well, it's fine. All right. So the third round, we've got Benchmark Bonded versus Old Forester. Okay.
Old Forester 86.
Ooh, that smells really good.
Oh, my first one, don't know what it is, but first whiff smelled like candy.
Kind of short finish. The sweet, but then it's gone. All right. I better get some water. That smells pretty good too. What are we going? Bonded versus Old Forester.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. God, this is gonna be tough.
I gotta get a second sip.
Now, one thing I will say, the scores that I'm giving these, they're not the scores that I would give like to the bottles that I'm scoring like I did last night with the Old Elk. That's a serious score that goes in my thing. These are just scores, just kind of random scores that we're just putting out there. So okay, you got them.
It's close for me. Hang on.
They are. It was close. So, see what we got. Hello, Mr. Whiskey. All right, whiskey. Yes, I have. Welcome in. That's cool. And Neil's here.
Mr.
So now
Whiskey.
we got 2 Australian guys in here. Hello, Neil.
Hey, Allison.
Is my daughter in here?
She is.
I missed her.
She's here for the countdown.
Allison's going to be mad because Evan Williams got beat, and she don't like that.
Yeah. They're eliminated. Evan Williams is eliminated.
It's always good to see my daughter. I hope she's doing good. How many bottles do I own? That's a very good question. I would say 300 maybe. I don't really know. I'm just going to say 3.
We have not counted them, and we probably should.
Wild Turkey is hard to beat. There's Canadian Barbecue Mafia.
Hey,
Jer. And I'm sure Kim might be watching too.
Say hi to Kim.
We're going to meet up with these guys in Gatlinburg sometime in September. Mm-hmm. So we're really looking forward to that. And we may have to go to a restaurant, but I might just like secretly go to the store, buy some nice looking ribs or something, and then make Jared Cook. You guys got to go to his Instagram page, Canadian Barbecue Mafia. My goodness, this man can barbecue like you wouldn't believe. So, but thanks for coming in, Bill, Jared, and Kim. So, anyway, what'd you give that?
All right.
Oh, I got to go first. So.
Yeah.
All right. So, I gave bottle number 13, which is.
The hen.
Did I mess the scores up? It should be 14.
Yeah, it's 14.
14.
And
then against benchmark.
Mm-hmm.
So this should be 14, I guess. And this was we got number 5. No, these are backwards. Did you like?
No.
Oh, now we got a real conundrum.
Hmm.
All right. I'm going to have to hold on to these scores. Tina hadn't tasted them. And now, what do we got? This should be.
Do you want me to do mine? Or
no.
Okay.
Just because yours should be right?
Okay.
Yours should be right. Don't do anything.
Okay.
Let's hope yours are right. All right. I got to score the third. Why are you looking?
Well, I'm just.
You got your score, right?
Scores,
Okay.
Yeah.
Was it the right numbers?
Mm-mm.
Huh?
Nope.
What is it the numbers for?
Yeah, these two.
Okay, so
we'll it's really these two.
So okay, so we can. That's good. So we did it. We did it. So move them over, or it doesn't matter. But
who's gonna move them back there?
So, now I'm really. You might have to mix these up. Which one was I drinking? These?
No, these two.
You sure?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Positive.
Yes.
Okay. So my first glass, which is number 13, and actually, number 13 is actually Henry McKenna, and I gave it a 73. So we kind of messed the order up. So we got Henry McKenna going up against Early Times. So I gave this Henry McKenna a 13. I gave it a 73. You can see that that's number 13. That's Henry McKenna. And I gave the Early Times, which is number 5, I gave it a 70.
All right, you write them down?
Yep, right. I wrote them down. So, but I got to write that. So 13 and number 5. Okay, go ahead.
All right. My first glass, which was the Henry McKenna, I gave a 74.
What number?
Number 13.
74. Okay.
The Henry McKenna. And then my second glass, which was number 5, I gave a 70.
That's the same score.
Early Times.
Wow. So we both gave Early Times a 70. We gave Henry McKenna, which was the number 13 seed. Wow. See, these were reversed.
Uh-huh.
You should have had 5 up here and 11 down there when you wrote them down, I think. But anyway, so the Henry McKenna gets a score of 147, and the Early Times got 140. So to me, that's kind of an upset. And hand me the McKenna, which won. So Henry McKenna is going to move to the final 4, guys.
Dun, dun, dun.
And we got to catch up on some comments. So we got, there you go. Well,
moving on.
Henry McKenna.
That's
the final 4.
Yeah, that's still like a sleeper or a shocker.
And Early Times, which was originally the 5 seed, it's out. So we've got Wild Turkey 101, Buffalo Trace, and Henry McKenna, which I'm very surprised. We never tried that before until this contest. So now we're on to the last one, which is Benchmark Bonded and Old Forester.
Want to
Okay.
catch up on some comments because
Yeah.
Nathan had something to say.
Nathan says,
A conundrum. He said, I reckon I'll have to drink
She
all
said-
the glasses.
Allison says, I think McKenna is to go through. Yep. And Nathan says, I'd say it does too, Allison. And that's crazy that and she said it's a really good one every bar rail should have. So Allison, who's a bartender, she knows her stuff. Whoop, whoop. And Canadian Barbecue Mafia says, my uncle drowned in a vat of whiskey at Jack Daniel's distillery. The police came out to investigate and asked if he drowned right away. The supervisor said no. He got out twice to pee.
Only Jer. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness.
Thanks, Jer.
Thank you for that, Jer.
Says good old Heaven Hill beats the Sazerac. Yeah, well, that was actually a Brown Foreman because it was a black top, and now it's Sazerac with the blue top. But the old brown, it was old Brown Foreman. So yeah, I mean, but still. Oh, Bill said, Allison, you have the greatest parents, and I know you are so proud. Oh, well, we're proud of her.
Yes.
And so she said she agrees with Bill, so that's good.
That's good. Thank you.
At least she didn't say, Bill, you've done lost your mind. So anyway, so we're on to the last one, which is now Benchmark Bonded versus Old Forester. Let's try this. Yep. That smells good, whichever one it is. That's pretty darn good. That's pretty good. And the second one. That's kind of very sweet, but very light. Very thin. I got to go back. He said if Allison Ray said I was out of my mind, then she would not be lying. No, all I know is Bill's the GOAT. And thanks again, Bill, for that really great Cash App. That was very nice. I think this one's a little bit. God, both of these are real. I'm having a hard time with these. This is good. Benchmark Bonded against Old Forester.
I don't know.
Guys, thank y'all for hanging with us.
This is hard.
I'm getting a little bitterness on that one. Which it's probably a little oaky. I gotta go. I got mine. So my first glass. I got them. I finally got my scores. It was tough. Yeah, we do have a really good community, Allison. It is a good community. And there's Vegas to Cali's in the house. And you guys.
Hello, Steph.
And Nathan is saying hi to everybody. It's good to see my buddy Nathan in here. He hit some horse races today.
And there's West Virginia bourbon guy.
I think he won a bunch of money. So he's always went. Now he can go buy some bourbon because he ain't got but like 3 bottles.
Yeah.
You think I've got a lot of bottles? Ain't nothing. Allison have cream Dr. Pepper. Very good, Allison. Hello, West Virginia bourbon guy. Welcome to the show. Where's the West? There he is. Yeah, I've seen him on some videos and stuff. Thanks for coming in. Love to see our West Virginia people show up. Oh God, here's Jerry. What's that? I shouldn't even drink whiskey. My grandfather died after he drank a gallon of varnish. It was a terrible death, but a lovely finish.
Jeez. What
Remind me.
have you been drinking tonight,
I got to tell you a true story about this once we finish. All right, so you got your score, Tina?
Yep.
All right, I rated my first glass, which is number 11, benchmark bonded. If I can get it over here. Number 11. I gave that a 74. And then I gave the second glass a 71. And that's Old Forester. So what? So that number 11 is first class. And 14 is the second class. Okay. What do you got?
Okay, so I gave my first glass, which is
Number 11.
Number 11, the benchmark, 75.
75. Okay.
And I gave my second glass, which is the
Old Forester,
a 70.
70. All right. So 149 to 141, and that means benchmark bonded is in the final
on
4. And
Marshall will be happy about that.
That was pretty
That's
cool.
Who he's pulling for.
Well, now he liked that single barrel, and hand me that one there.
And you're gone.
So now, guys, we're down to the final 4, and they're Wild Turkey 101. Hold down, man.
Mm-hmm.
And Buffalo Trace. Well, this way. Buffalo Trace. Number 2. Henry McKenna. That's surprising.
Yep.
And benchmark bonded.
Kind of a 2 sleepers.
So these 2 are going to go up against each other, and then Buffalo Trace and Wild Turkey.
Wow.
Or should we reseed? I don't know.
Head to head. No,
I think we just keep it like that.
Keep it like it is.
Because you're going to get knocked out. You're going to get knocked out. So there you go. And we'll do that in just a minute. We got to clean out some glasses. So
yeah.
And we only need 4.
So it needs to be 2 the same and 2 of the same for each.
Yeah. So let's just set the ones we're not going to use on the back. And that way we'll get them later. And then I'm going to go rinse mine out. And no, we need to try to keep the glasses no, we can't because they don't really match up.
Yeah.
So, all right, here we go.
We're going to have to renumber.
We got to get the numbers out. Do you know where those are?
Yep.
Talk to the people, honey.
Talk to the people, honey. All right. What are y'all thinking so far? Is it what you thought? Has your favorite moved on? Tell me what you think. Hey, Steve Hickey, welcome in. I didn't see you earlier. I'm sorry about that. Good to see you, buddy.
Who came in?
Steve. Well,
Marshall says, Buffalo Trace is my bet to take it home. So for everyone else, expect that to be the first one.
all right,
I'll tell you the way things are going, Buffalo Trace don't have a chance because Tina has gone against it every time.
I didn't mean to.
Well, I mean, she don't mean to, but and that shows the different taste buds. Now, for me, I love Buffalo Trace. I like what it brings, but then other people, they think it's not that great. So, and Allison says wild turkey. So we got all kind of predictions coming in. And John's going to rank them. He goes, my rank. All right, John, what do you think? And PJ's with Buffalo Trace all the way. He's the entire time. Steve's in the house. Good to see you. Thank you guys for hanging on. So we got you know what we're going to do? Instead of putting numbers, I'm just going to put, because there's so many stickers on here by now, there's no way you can see. So I'm just going to put B, T, and W, T for those. So one of these is going to be BT, and one of these is going to be WT. All right. And then this one's going to be, so here, BT, WT for you. And then one of them is going to be Henry McKenna and HM. And the other one's going to be
BM.
BM.
Or BB.
Yeah, benchmark. That's fine. All right. So one of these is going to be HM. And the other one's going to be BM. Let me put that BT, HM, BM, which is not bowel movement. It's BM benchmark. All right. So while she's doing that, John says he ranks them McKenna 4, benchmark 3, Wild Turkey 101, and then Buffalo Trace at number 1. If I was to rate them without, like, right now, what I actually probably think, but it may not be like, I would do that, but I would switch I think McKenna's 3rd.
We're going to see.
But it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. We don't know. So, the final 4. So we're first going to pour Buffalo Trace and make sure I get that in the right one. BT.
Get in the right one.
This going to pull the cork again. So this is going to go out to Marshall and Alyssa from Straight Up Sips. Go to their channel. They're on a journey to 1,000, and they're getting there faster. They'll probably pass me up next month, but they are moving up good. And that was a weak pop, but it's been opened. I think, isn't it funny? These two with corks. And then Wild Turkey. This is going to go out to my man, Terry Meyer. No, and Roger. What's going to do, Roger, if he's still here, and Terry. So we appreciate you guys. We appreciate their monthly donations,
Patreon.
which Patreon is, that goes a long, long way. Let me tell you.
It really does.
That was a week. It's been opened already, but it's still weak, but we still like to appreciate our members. That's Wild Turkey. And then we got Screw Top. So Henry McKenna. Yep, that's going in here. And benchmark bonded. That might be a sleeper right there. They're all sleepers.
Oh, yes.
We're going down to the final 2, guys. So Tina's got to mix hers up, or I'll mix hers up.
Yep.
And she can mix mine. So,
all right. Here we go. Mix them up.
All right, you can look now.
All right.
All right, let's go. Oh, and by the way, all the Patreon members, if you sign up at the Yeti level, you get one of these cool Frontiers Adventures Glencairn glasses. Those are really neat. So consider that. And you also get a t-shirt after a couple months or 3 months, depending on what level you go through. So Buffalo Trace versus Wild Turkey. Let's go.
Hi, Kim. Welcome in. Glad you could stop in.
Oh, there's Kim. Good to see her.
That's Mrs. Jair.
All right. Thanks for summarizing all that. Nathan. Nathan is in the house.
Yes.
So BT and WT and HM and
BM.
BM. Okay. So, but when I get the score though, we still got to do first class, second class.
So Nate.
So I need to make
you just
it.
need to make.
Oh, I need to make it.
Yeah, I just made my first class, second class columns
first class,
again. Yeah.
second class.
We know
class.
what they are here, but we
Second
don't. You know what I mean?
All right.
Like we know what row it is.
Whatever this is, it smells good.
It does smell good.
Oh yeah, that's good. That's good. Of course, it's in the final four.
I'm out of water.
That's pretty darn good too. Let me get some water. I need a glass.
Fill it up. Glass. This is going to be hard.
It is hard.
It's going to be tough.
It should be. Okay. All right. I'm rating my first glass, which is Buffalo Trace. I gave it a 70. You ain't got your scores yet? Oh. I rated the first glass a 77, and that was Buffalo Trace BT. And I rated my second glass a 72, and that's Wild Turkey. So 77, 72. It is, and it's a great mixer. Wild Turkey is good stuff. Who else is in here? Yeah.
All right, my first glass is.
Thanks for coming in, Aaron.
My first glass is 81. It's Buffalo Trace. And my second glass, the Wild Turkey, it's a 78.
Ooh. Wow. So we've got 158 for Buffalo Trace and 172 and 78. That's 150, right? And so Buffalo Trace beats Wild Turkey. And well,
that was funny because that's
the first time Buffalo Trace beat anything for you.
For me. But comparing those two, isn't that crazy?
Mm-hmm.
Like it was still close for me score wise.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
I definitely could distinguish
what
I liked better as far as the flavors.
Yeah, I think for me, Buffalo Trace is a little bit more rounded. I mean, you can't tell. They look the same. Look at these. They look very similar.
Yeah.
And, but Buffalo Trace is going to the finals, guys. And that's cool. Wild Turkey, I love you, buddy. But you're dismissed. And now we're going to the
Wild Turkey 101 got beat.
Yeah, don't tell cousin
Cousin.
P-Vine because he's
No.
gonna get all
Please
upset.
do not.
Probably have to do a video about that.
I know.
I'm gonna have to go tell him, and it's gonna be sad.
It's not going to be.
Marsh said, wait, I picked the matchup right. Tina's probably overruled you so many times. She's overruled me.
I can't help my taste buds. I can't.
Aaron McKay says, recount.
You forgot the hanging Chad.
We're going with it. All right. Now, first glass on the last one. We got Henry McKenna versus Benchmark Bonded.
Yep.
That smells pretty daggone good right there. That's pretty strong. A little more viscosity, but I ain't tried the second yet. That smells pretty darn good too. All right, I'm gonna go back, but I think I really like that second one. God, those are so tight. Wow. I just don't know. That's a little tad of bitterness. I don't know. All right. This is gonna be close. All right. So you got yours. All right, here we go, guys. Says Buffalo beats the turkey. I should have known. They bleed the herd.
and John said Buffalo Trace versus Bench. No, this is Benchmark versus Henry McKenna.
Benchmark
in this round.
Benchmark versus Henry McKenna. The other one was Buffalo Trace versus Wild Turkey. And Jared says, Kim told me that there is no such thing as problems, only opportunities. I thought, that's great. Well, I have a serious drinking opportunity.
Oh, meaning in the final. John meant he was referring to what's it going to be in the final.
Gotcha. Meaning in the final. Okay.
We're about to see.
All right. So what did you get, Tina? This was my first glass was Benchmark. And I gave it a 72. My second glass was Henry McKenna, and I gave it a 74.
All right, my first glass. Oh gosh, what is that?
That's Henry McKenna.
Henry McKenna. It got a 79. And my second glass, of course, was Benchmark, and it got a 75.
Wow, this is amazing, guys! Like for a truly like a $20 bottle is going to the finals.
I mean,
that is nuts, and I never tried that before. Never had a clue that this was that good.
We've had that bottle, and we just had never opened it until we started doing this, and it's been amazing.
So did I get these right? So your first glass
Was Henry McKenna,
all right.
79.
Okay. My second glass was Henry McKenna.
Mhm.
Henry McKenna. So that's
Yes.
actually what's 79 and 74?
That is.
That's 153.
Mhm.
And then 72
And
benchmark
75.
and benchmark, and that makes it 147. So Henry McKenna
How about that?
in the finals.
Oh my goodness. Woo!
And what was it was a 14 seed, wasn't it? Or 13 seed?
Henry McKenna was the 13 seed.
And benchmark, sadly,
Yeah.
goes down. And
It's good too.
but I had a very hard time between those two.
Mhm.
Obviously, between the 74 and the 72. I mean, that's crazy. So, Tina, hold up that Henry McKenna. We've got a battle on our hands.
This is
Buffalo Trace
the
versus
final.
Henry McKenna. Wow. Yeah.
What is it going to be, folks?
So we need to go. Why don't we just? We don't have any more matching glasses, do we?
I don't think so.
You know what we could do is do the Norland glasses or the wild turkey right there. Get those two wild turkeys. That way we won't have to go find them. We got a lot of glasses up here.
I'm gonna do wild turkeys.
So we're gonna do the cool little wild turkey glasses that we picked up at the distillery. Those things are neat, and they kind of
And
like.
then I guess these.
No, we only need two.
No.
Oh, for you, yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm doing the wild turkey. She's gonna do the Norland, which these glasses are pretty cool. They're supposed to be really good sniffers.
You still got to put tags on them. Right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Somehow, some way.
There's some.
BT and HN.
Do you have two more on there?
Yeah. BTHN.
Well, hello, Chip.
There you
How
go.
are you?
Thank y'all. Chip Aidlet's coming back. Saw him a week or so ago. Guys, if you haven't seen the old elk review we did last night, that was a lot of fun. And maybe wash them out. It's pretty. We don't need to wash them out. We're fine. A little dust ain't hurting nobody.
A little dust on the bottle.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna get some water.
All right.
All
right. Final ear.
All right, guys. So we've got Buffalo Trace going up against Henry McKenna. This is the championship. Y'all want to wait till next week? Want us to wait till next week?
No.
Anybody, thumbs up if you think we should just come back and finish it up next week. Because we'll go ahead and leave right now. But if you say onward, we'll go on. So it's up to y'all.
So what's the sign for onward?
Say onward.
Wah, wah, wee, wah.
Nathan's so funny.
Nathan.
I've been a bad influence on Nathan. I got him into betting on horses. And he's got this favorite horse called Wah Wah Wee Wah. And he's about 108 years old, but he will win every once in a while. And I keep telling Nathan he can't go into Kentucky Derby. He's got to be 3 years old by next year. So we got onward. Terry Meyer says onward. Straight Up Sip says onward.
I think it's
somebody gave us a thumbs down
for not going next week.
John said, thumbs down, just stop. Don't even have a channel anymore. Just stop what you're doing. Well,
right.
before
you want me to pour these or no?
you can pour them. Yeah, we can pour them. Do you know which ones you're pouring in?
Yep.
All right. Before we do this, I'm going to tell a Bigfoot story till we get to the finals.
If that's all right with y'all. That
Ours
way we
counts
can build
for
the
2.
suspense.
Marsha says Alyssa and him counts as 2. I can't believe, I honestly, if you'd have told me Henry McKenna would have made it to the final, I'd say, no, there is no way.
Either. But that's what we get for never trying the bottle.
Tina stole my pen. All right, so there's Polly Walnuts. I haven't seen him in a long time.
Hey, Polly Walnuts. Good to see you.
Just wanted to say hi. Checking out some live music tonight. We'll catch the stream later. Thank you, Polly. Appreciate
that sounds
you.
Wonderful.
He always adds to the stream really, really nicely when he comes in. Johnson, I did not say that. Jeez.
What did he say?
I was saying, he said, you need to stop your channel. And he's like, I did not say that.
Yeah.
All right, so we love Bigfoot Story. So I was telling this the other night, but I thought, you know what, I'm just going to end this and just do this tonight. And I can use this
oh, yes.
with my Bill Coleman light, which, because it's kind of dark in here, really. I know it doesn't look like that on the screen, but I got this really cool light. So I want to tell you about this story. That's a bright light right there.
Bill, you lit this house up when you sent that.
I know. And he also sent, Bill Coleman also sent, he may not even be in here anymore. Hope he is. He sent me this one.
2 bright
which is
lights.
Pretty good. And this thing's pretty bright too.
Because he knows we need it for our live streams.
And he knows I love flashlights and pocket knives. But anyway, this friend of mine said, all right, I'm just going to read part of it. He said, I could share anything about everything except the locations. So he didn't want to reveal the locations. And I'm the same way. And thanks, Bill. Bill says he's still here. So thanks, Bill. Appreciate that. We could light up his whole room with these lights from Bill.
They're better than my overhead lighting in my house.
Things are awesome. And the other day I was working on putting brakes on my car with my buddy Gail Moore. And no, we didn't take these.
You didn't have that?
I don't think I took it.
Well, you could have used it.
I could have used it. There was something else. Oh, I think maybe I was doing something in the building. But anyway. All right. So it was about, he said it was about 2019, and he went to the first Bigfoot conference in Virginia, and it was in the George Washington National Forest, which is huge. So I'm not really giving location, but this conference took place in the George Washington National Forest. And Jared says, today I celebrated my 365th birthday sober. It has only taken me 27 years, but it's still pretty good.
Oh, one day each year.
Look at here. Tom is in the house.
Hey,
I'm at
Tom.
a wedding reception. Nope, not mine. Thank God. Come on to hit. Well, I know he's going to be disappointed. And came on to hit the like button. I'll watch later. Thank Tom.
You, Tom.
We love Tom.
Yes.
World traveler. Great guy.
And there's Dice Sniper.
Dice Sniper's in the house. My goodness,
Good
we got
evening,
people
Dice.
rolling in like
How
from out
are you?
everywhere. One-eyed Jack's been in here, his buddy.
Say hi to Granny.
Yep, Chip. The guy was at a Bigfoot conference. And so they were like, they had to, I guess they camped. And this is in Virginia. Part of the George Washington National Forest is also West Virginia, I think, maybe. But anyway, so, and they camped beside of a fast-flowing stream, and it had this pool in the middle of the stream on one side. He said camping is allowed anywhere and we were about 200 feet on the right of a pullover where there's an obvious well-used camping area. And so they set up 3 tents for the night. And so the guy that sent this to me, I don't have it. Wasn't sure if he wanted me to tell his name. So I'm not going to, but maybe if he does, I'll talk to him because I want to make a video about it too. So he said the first thing he saw and heard was small tree structures. He saw these structures near their campground, like these trees bent over, like something has happened. You know, a lot of times that can be weather. A small print in gravel the next morning. I don't think anybody was walking around in the bare feet. He said some human-looking feces and an area with a strong urine smell. That's crazy. Before he crossed the road. He said he met with Ron Moorhead. Now, Ron Moorhead is one of the most famous Bigfoot researchers ever. He's the one that captured the Bigfoot vocalizations. So if you go check out Ron Moorhead, he was at the conference. And so my buddy here went and talked to him. He showed him a picture of the feces. He said it looks, he said it could be Bigfoot. He said they chew the same way as people do. And he talked about hearing the samurai talk that he heard on his video, which if you listen to my West Virginia Bigfoot video, you will hear this kind of like,
oh, that's crazy.
It was like they were having a conversation back and forth. So that's my video called West Virginia Bigfoot Vocalizations.
That's the craziest thing.
And there is nobody making that stuff up. It was crazy. You can hear coyotes, you can hear dogs, and then you can hear these, oh yeah.
That's crazy.
I didn't think that my cell phone would pick all that up, but it was obviously too close to make me feel comfortable. But anyway, so Ron Moorhead was talking about that sort of samurai talk. He said the same night, he said this woman that was, she got up to use the restroom, like they have a porta potty, whatever. And she was walking around looking in the woods a little bit. And she said she felt this like mind speak telling her to come on into the woods. Now, I've kind of felt that when they're telling me to get out.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, later on that evening, there were several people that thought they saw eye shine. And of course, that could be any animal out there. There could be anything going on. But then an older couple that came over just for the evening, they said on the way up the gravel road, a Bigfoot walked out in front of them. So that's pretty crazy. Now, this is all like happening in a place where the Bigfoot, I guess the convention holders had taken them where they felt like they may have some contact. There'd been a lot of sightings. And so that's where they went. Now, let's see what else. He said the big thing that happened was I heard 2 series of very quick rock clackings later on in the evening, which I heard. Like it sounded like things were taking 2 flat rocks going, and I would hear that up in West Virginia. He said, I didn't know what time it was, but everyone had been asleep. I was awakened when I heard very loud, very near, about 10 rock clacks. Sometimes later, I heard a larger number of clacks, still very close and loud. I tried to count them, but they were so fast. It was hard, but I believe around 28. No one said that they had heard them the next morning. So he's got more, which I'll share in a video pretty soon, but that would be one heck of a camping adventure.
I'd say.
So,
when are we going to do that?
Pretty soon. All right. So, thanks for listening. And now we're on to the finals, guys. We're going to do this. We got Buffalo Trace. Did we mix them up yet?
We have not yet.
We have not. So, Tina, hide your eyes.
All right.
She poured herself some
if
generous.
You're just coming in, it's the finals are Buffalo Trace versus
Henry
McKenna. Right here.
That's it.
Down
I can't believe we're down to the final two.
Okay.
The final two, Buffalo Trace against Henry McKenna.
All right.
All right, I'm going to turn, Tina.
All right.
It's only 2 glasses, okay?
Okay.
All right, here we go. All right. Ha! Bill says he thinks he'll stay out of the woods. Thank you. I haven't been able to get in the woods.
Not like.
And for a month, and I've been, Tina can tell you, I've been very down. I have not been able to go hiking.
Yeah, we got to do that.
I'm like to lose my mind. I like to get out in the woods.
He had to heal that foot.
And we got the Whiskey Super Bowl. We're in the Super Bowl championship right here.
Super Bowl.
So we're in the final two. So I'm going to start tasting one or the other of these things right now. Henry McKenna and Buffalo Trace. Right, pretty good. Pretty good. Aren't these cool glasses? We picked these up at Wild Turkey, and they're pretty cool. Oh, yeah. All right. I think I got it.
I got a second. I had to do it again.
Thanks for being with us, guys. I know it's quiet right now. We got some serious contemplate. This is the championship game. And so we got Buffalo Trace going up against Henry McKenna for the championship. You got your score yet? She's still working on it. Neil Macedo, he's been lurking in the background. And that's cool. You use the emojis on the phone, or if you're a member, you get to use those. The YouTube members, you get to use those cool little emojis. So that's pretty good. And John is thinking Buffalo Trace, and I was wondering what happened. He thought we lost the sound. No, we're just letting Tina think about it. And
so close.
So what I've got, my first glass was Henry McKenna, and I gave that a 70. And my second glass, obviously, is Buffalo Trace, and I gave that 115 so that Tina couldn't beat it again. No, I can't do that. But I'll give it a 90. How about that? It's a 90. I could recognize that. I've had Buffalo Trace so many times last few days that, and it is good. It is good.
I still,
and I wasn't cheating, but it is.
Wasn't sure. I was going strictly on like what I tasted, what I felt. Okay. So my first glass was a score of an 80. And that's the Henry McKenna. And 80. My second glass, of course, was Buffalo Trace, and that was a 78.
She's a Buffalo Trace hater.
No, I'm not. It got a really high score.
Are you sure that's right?
Yeah.
Did you pour them in the right ones?
I sure did. You mixed them up.
Yeah, that's Henry McKenna. Yeah, that's definitely Buffalo Trace. I think what you don't like
McKenna
is that
fan.
Well, I don't think. I agree. It's good. I don't think she likes the heat that comes on Buffalo Trace at the end.
Yeah.
And I will be honest with you. For a $30 bottle and a 90 proof, it drinks hotter, and that's probably why I like it, because it drinks hotter than most. Or just about any 90 proof or less. It drinks like 100 and something. So anyway, I gave it a 90.
Welcome in, Thomas Anderson from Michigan. Thank you for joining us.
So Buffalo Trace got 168. I was going to actually give it like an 85. So that would have actually made it a 163.
Still would have won.
And then Henry McKenna got a 150. So that's the champion of the $30 and under bottle is Buffalo
Trace.
And it's funny because Tina has voted against this like 3 out of the 4 times we've tasted it.
Not on purpose.
She hates Buffalo Trace. Don't you ever touch this bottle again.
All I know is that this was the biggest surprise.
And she likes it.
Out of the whole bunch.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go out and just say that's my new favorite bottle under $30.
Right. And you know what? Because it's Tina will always tell you she likes the lower proof.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah,
I don't know scientifically, but I will guarantee you she probably went with the lower proof on most of these things.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, with Buffalo Traces, it drinks hotter. But I like that because it gives you a little more spice, a little more heat, a little more oakiness. I like all that. This is very sweet. Like that. Guys, this is a great bottle for $30.
I mean, it's surprising. So surprising.
It really is. It really is.
If you guys now see, this is one you can afford.
Yeah, it's like $20.
You can find it, right?
And actually,
yeah,
I got that bottle during COVID because all the stores were closed, and I ordered it to be delivered. I ordered a Buffalo Trace and something else, and they threw in a bottle of Henry McKenna. And I was like, because I would have never picked it up. And it sat on my shelf since 2020.
Yeah.
And we finally opened it up. Of course, that proves to you that, these bottles last once they sit on there for a year.
Dice, we have not done that yet.
Where's Dice?
On up. He asked if we had opened the Buffalo Trace single barrel. Mm-hmm. Now, Dice, I love some single barrels. So that's probably going to be top on my list when I do try it. So But we have not done that yet. We're
Right.
saving it for a
And he said,
special
were the
time.
bottle shops closed during COVID for you? Maybe it's for a short period of time, but they were one of the first businesses to reopen.
At least here in our state. Yeah.
And of course, you could never get buffalo trace anywhere. So I decided you couldn't really travel much. So I decided I'm just going to order some buffalo trace. And that's what I did because I love buffalo trace. But, and Allison had a good point. She said, lower proof is slightly sweeter, less heat, easier for mixology. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And PJ says, and yet buffalo trace is so hard to find in Virginia. It is. And when you do find it, it's got to be on a drop and you can get it for like $28.
Nathan prefers the higher proofs, 115 plus.
Yeah. Nathan is just like me. So, and that's why, most of these bottles, there was a couple hundred bottled in bonds that were pretty good, but.
And Michael's got to run, so say goodbye to him.
Michael's still here.
Yep.
Michael Ford.
Thank you for coming in, Michael.
Michael Ford, we love you. He's like been a Patreon member, and now he's at the associate producer level. And I hope he gets back to the States because I missed seeing him last time. But hopefully when you get over here, just let me know so we can hook up. And Bill said he had to work through all of COVID. Wow. So that's crazy, Bill. When I was out in Kingman, Arizona for most of it. And so a lot of times I would go into my office and just sit there because there were no kids.
John said that the Virginia ABCs did not close. And I don't recall knowing that they were closed.
Yeah, I was in Arizona for a while.
Yeah.
So for 2021. And they may not have been closed, but I didn't know the lay of the land at the time. I mean, I didn't know. I didn't even know where to go. And also, a lot of that, I wasn't really
bourbon honey
because I hadn't got into the whiskey that much. Mm-hmm. And so when I did order that, there comes the Henry McKenna free bottle. So that was pretty cool. So that's good. So the ABC stores didn't close during COVID. Were you in that state? Yeah, I definitely was in Virginia.
Good night to you, Ron. Thank you for coming in.
He should have kept track of the scores for each bottle for each round and then compared at the end to see if they were consistent all the way through. And we did. I think we do have all the scores.
We'll have to go back and kind of review that and see.
Yeah, the problem was a lot of them just say first. It'll do some research. Remember, Buffalo Trace almost got beat because she scored the benchmark 8 higher. It almost got beat that round. This is very close. So that was cool. What did Allison say about somebody said something about Elijah Craig. Let's go back up here. Yeah, that's a good point.
Nathan said that Elijah Craig small batch is between 30 and 40.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's what Allison's saying. Elijah Craig small batch is above 30. Yeah. Nathan said he prefers the higher proofs. I like those too. More flavor. Yeah, it's everywhere in Michigan. Lately, $24.95. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And let's see. John Shink says didn't close during. Okay, yeah, Terry Meyer. That's way too much math. I had to work as well. It
was a lot of math and
during COVID.
Lori will be disappointed that our bourbon math was a little better tonight.
Yeah, Ron Long says good night. Ron, appreciate you.
Yeah,
thanks for coming in. Mm-hmm. I know my garden centers were open throughout COVID. Awesome. Okay, Arizona, that makes sense. Yep. And but you know, a lot of places like Nevada was more shut down than Kingman. So
Yeah.
Kingman was, well, there were some restaurants that were shut down. It was just weird how things were hit and miss out there. We were open about 2 weeks later. Golf course has been doing record years every year since COVID. That's cool. Dice is laughing. My liquor store even has Buffalo Trace store picks at $32. Where's Thomas from? Do you know?
I don't know.
I've seen it. Thomas, was he the one that won the $50 gift card?
I think it was Steven.
Yeah. Because the one that won that $25 gift card, and then Bill said, hey, give him 50 because he said another 25. He said, give him 50. And he never sent me an email. So,
right. Yeah. Langsburg.
Oh,
Michigan.
Langsburg, Michigan.
Yeah,
all right,
I remember. Sorry,
cool.
Thomas. I saw Michigan when you came in earlier, and
Allison's got the Buffalo. So sorry if we missed up. We didn't get the chats tonight because we were
in full concentration.
Yeah. Any questions? I promise you there was no cheating.
No, I had no idea.
I mean, we
like all of them.
Tina probably had no idea, but there's a few like I can probably recognize Buffalo Trace, but not every time. There were some like that were pretty good. That Henry McKenna was awful good. Do I get a refund? You sure do, Bill. I will Cash App it right back. So yeah, we love Bill, and
yes, we do. Appreciate
we
you,
love
sir.
all this. So guys, you know we appreciate our Patreon members, and
I said he picked up 2 bottles of Buffalo Trace single barrel
for $29. Now
Ooh,
Dice,
nice,
my man Dice.
Yep.
He picked up this. It's a $3.75.
I can't wait to try this.
He sent this a single barrel from Casey's. It's a single barrel Buffalo Trace.
I cannot wait to try that.
Ha! Bill says, don't you dare. And PJ says, good show as always. Thanks everyone for coming in tonight. Keep it squatchy. Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you, PJ.
If it's my neighbor Steven, he hasn't received anything. If he hasn't reached, maybe it is Steven Anderson. Yeah, that'd be good, John. Just send me his stuff and then I'll send him the card. That'll be good. And regarding that, yeah, exactly, John. So yeah, tell him because we gotta get
yeah, we still have to send them out.
We gotta send them out. So
we've kind of been waiting on him to respond, but
and there's Buffalo Trace single barrel. That's pretty interesting. Picked up from Casey's. Thanks, Dice, for that. Dice is the man.
And I can't wait to try it.
And we were going to go by his house and pick it up, but we had to change our plans. We were trying to get to Deadwood, South Dakota. Yeah, and we wanted to go there, but we were like, well, gosh, if we do that, that's only like a 5-hour drive. So we were like, we better not do that. So we pushed on and went, I forget where it was in South Dakota when we stopped, 13-hour drive. But then that made the next day only like a 4 or 5-hour drive. So that was much, much better. But we missed meeting up with Dice. And we missed meeting up with Terry and Scott because I was going to tell Scott, hey, we're going to try to come by.
You need to do that again.
Dice said he bought a case of that. That's pretty cool.
Oh my God.
You can't beat that.
Wow. That's pretty awesome. Pretty awesome.
We got to try
Then
these.
Also from Straight Up Sips, we have all these little samples. We also have to do that. We've got lots to do, guys. Lots and lots to do, Walt.
Yeah, we do. And look at this. We got like the Marshall and Alyssa sent us these. This is from their Southern Collective that they sent us. Let's see, right
Wow.
there. And then they had 2 Nashville Barrel Company picks that they picked themselves. And how nice is that? They picked these bottles out from the barrel and they sent us some. I mean, that's so nice. And there's the other one. That's one was Marshall's pick and one was Alyssa's pick. They actually liked both the number one best, but they thought, well, heck, we'll just pick different ones. And then they sent me this Woodford 121.
There's Oscar.
0.2. Oscar.
Hey, Oscar.
Thank you, Oscar. Oscar is like an associate producer level. I mean, I'm not worth that, but we surely appreciate it.
Yes, good to see you tonight.
Yeah, your tape job was really nice. Got them bottles in there, and we finished off the Penelope the other night. Actually, Nathan finished off the Penelope. He came over and I said, "You got to try this," and he finished that off. And I wanted to. Now I forgot what I was doing.
I don't know. The dice one, we have these.
Mm-hmm.
Is there something else?
Oh, I was going to show them this.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So I had actually, and John will appreciate this, one of the last drops, they had this bottle of the Woodford 121.2. And who's at the Texas Hill Country? Was that Oscar?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Greetings from the... Man, that Texas Hill Country is amazing. And that little town of Fredericksburg is awesome. I've driven through there. But we ate with my grandfather's brother and his wife somewhere up in the hill country near on the outskirts of San Antonio. And that was really cool. But this is a 121.2. And now I don't have to open it because this bottle is so pretty. Look how beautiful this bottle is. That is a beautiful bottle. And now I don't have to open it yet because I got this from Marshall and Alyssa. So how cool is that? And yeah, Nathan, I don't know. Nathan should be still here. I think he likes it, but Nathan's like, yeah, it's pretty good. That's like Nathan. He could win the lottery. Yeah, I won the lottery. It's pretty good. Pretty cool. Unless Wah Wah Wee Wah wins the race, then he's on there. It's exciting.
Then it's on.
Ooh, you found Knob Creek 12 here. I've got one of those. They are pretty dang good.
Pimmich Studios. Welcome in. How are you?
He says, Dice, I hope your health insurance is paid up because if you drink those 12 bottles, you'll need it.
He made it to the stream. Beautiful bottle, man.
I made it. Glad you did make it to the stream. We sure do appreciate you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that bottle's a good one. I can't wait to try it.
We have several things to try. So,
gosh, we're way
lots upcoming. Guys.
Yeah, this is a really pretty bottle. I mean, that thing is nice. That's why I don't want to open it. There's some bottles I just don't want to open.
Oscar said, we just picked up the Garrison Brothers 2024 Laguna Madre. It was released at the distillery this morning. We will send you guys a sample. Oh, wow.
Wow, thanks.
Amazing.
That's pretty
Very
awesome.
nice.
That's pretty cool. Laguna Madre.
Marshall
Garrison
said, yeah,
Brothers.
700 milliliters goes pretty
Wow.
quick. Yes, indeed.
Wow.
For sure.
Nathan says, yeah, He's got an open one and two fulls. Is he talking about that Penelope? The one that he sent me is the American Light whiskey. I know he's got several Penelopes, but that's pretty cool. Yeah, Oscar, that's pretty darn cool. Yeah, Fredericksburg, Texas is pretty cool. Fredericksburg, Virginia is pretty cool too, but Fredericksburg, Texas is like really one of the coolest towns. I've been through there twice. It's just a really neat place.
P. Mitch Studios just got his first bottle of E.H. Taylor. His father got one too. He opened his, and I'm keeping mine sealed.
Yeah,
it's funny. We visited the Buffalo Trace Distillery back in December of 2023 with Nathan and Lori, and so I guess different times they bring different things out, whatever they're in their gift shop. And E.H. Taylor just happened to be one of the ones that they had out on the shelf, and you could buy I forget how much it was at the distillery.
It was cheap. It was like maybe $40-$50 or something. It was cheap. It's right here.
Yep.
But it's small batch, bottled and bond. But
everybody grabbing a bottle.
Very nice.
So
you know what we're going to do?
What?
If you can grab us one of them glasses right there on the top, them Glencairns, 2 of them. We're going to open one of Marshall and Alyssa's
how
bottles.
about that?
I think we'll just do and then the next live stream, we're going to open all 3 of them. That'll be cool. But we're going to open up, I think I'll just open up the Woodford. Should we just open up the Woodford? Sure. Although I think I've tried Nathan's.
Well, which one do you guys want us to open?
All right. So the Woodford.
Marshall?
Yeah, Marshall. Which one do y'all want me to try?
If you're still here.
Nashville Barrel, the Woodford, or the Southern Collective.
That said, pop that cork.
He says, open them up. Pop that cork. There's no cork on these. I ain't opened up that Woodford yet. I might need to sell that to somebody, for like a trip to Vegas or something.
We'll trade
Pima says, definitely the Woodford.
Vegas.
Anybody else? Need 3 votes.
Straight up. Yeah, go for the Woodford or Southern Collective.
Okay, so we're going for Woodford. That's 2 for Woodford, 3 for Woodford. We're going to open up the Woodford. So we're going to open up this Woodford, which is the 121.2 sample that was so nice of Marshall and Alyssa.
Yes.
To think of us. And then I can't even, there's been so many. I'm going to do a video of just what everybody has sent me. Bottle wise and things like that. So, because
samples.
Yes. Very cool. Nathan's got, see guys, he's got 3 of those Woodfords.
Because when he goes on a Virginia ABC bourbon hunt, like a lot of times they will week after week kind of have the same thing. Many, different stores, but kind of the same thing roundabout. And Nathan's just like, well, I already got 6 bottles of that and 4 bottles of that and 18 bottles of that. So I only have 2 bottles of that, so I'll just get this one and it'll make 3. Wouldn't you say?
Yes. PJ, good night. Definitely. I've been up since 5 a.m. too. Tina can tell you that.
Yeah.
Also, I woke up at 4. I got up. I've been waking up between 3 and 5. And praying because there's been stuff going on in my world. That's all I'll say, that I've had to pray and pray and pray about these things. It's been it's been crazy.
Mhm.
But the power of prayer is amazing. I will say
Yep.
that.
Amen.
He
Nathan.
said it's tough in Ohio to get any allocated bottle.
Never
Nathan,
leave empty-handed. That's his motto.
And we love PJ. We appreciate all y'all. We're going to wrap it up here pretty soon. We're going to try this.
We're going to try this and then we'll wrap it up. Oh, smelling good. Guys.
You think this is better than Buffalo Trace? No, you don't. You definitely think this is better than Buffalo Trace, all right? This is 121.2 proof.
I don't care. It's better.
God, that smells so good on the nose.
I like it when it gets in the high
Oh, wow. Ooh, that's got some heat to it. That's got some heat. And it's some nice red fruit and some nice, it's got caramel vanilla, but then it hits me with that red fruit and then it hits me with that heat. Of course, that may have been the way I sipped it. So it went, a lot of times if you sip it wrong, you go straight to your nose. And then a lot of times you'll try to sip it better and it'll still go straight to your nose.
It's a lot of heat.
Did it go to your nose?
It went to my throat, to my nose, and to my teeth, and to my chest.
That's right, Bill. Yes.
It's pretty heated.
Thank you, Thomas.
But I like
Amen. Amen, bro.
Because now I'm getting the flavors.
And Bill, you know, money isn't everything. What's more valuable is having kindness and compassion in your heart. And
that is right.
And Bill, you know, a lot of people can say that, but a lot of people don't live it. And it's obvious that you do. And so he's shown his kindness and compassion to us.
And he's for real.
And a lot of you, everybody that's a member and a Patreon member, you know, I don't ever feel worthy.
And Steve Hickey, who's an honorary member,
sends me a magazine subscription every night. I mean, it's like every month, every other month. And Oscar says a Kentucky hug. Yeah, exactly.
It definitely is. Oh my goodness.
He said definitely a punch in the teeth. Yeah. Now I prefer. I love this. Let's try another sip.
All right. But I get all that heat, but then I get lots of flavor.
Oh wow! See, now I didn't get my teeth that one. That one just went on back nice and smooth. Pretty decent finish. But you know what? This is why I like Buffalo Trace. That Buffalo Trace gives you
it does.
That heat comes down through and just settles right here, but not like a heat. It's like this warm little hug.
Yeah.
This stuff, that Woodford 121.2, that is good stuff.
Yeah.
I might have to open the bottle just so I can score it.
Oh, thank you, Marshall and Alyssa.
Yeah.
We will be trying those other ones as well.
And Bill is generous to several other YouTubers. I know he follows the other me and is very helpful to him. We love you, buddy.
Yep.
And
we sure do.
Good night, Thomas. I like this. Now, this is
really good.
This is, Woodford kind of knows what they're doing, don't they?
Yes, they do. I really like Woodford.
And if you ever get a chance, that facility is really nice. And we had cocktails there, didn't we?
We had no cocktails there.
We didn't?
Did we, Nathan and Lori? No.
Or was it we had Maker's Mark? Oh, what we did that little tasting.
We did a pairing.
That was nice.
So it's a tasting that you paired with bourbons with different foods.
They
Not
had, like,
meals, but like little samples of
like sesame crackers with some like little rye
or
crackers.
chocolate. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that was, so to me that was really fun. I mean, you can do the whole tour if you want, but that tasting,
That was great.
and the first time we went on, we did the whole tour, walked around and went through the thing, which is cool. But the second time, we did that tasting and the pairing, and so we tried ryes and all kinds of. That was really cool. Marshall says, "No rush, guys. Just wanted to hook you guys up after I messed up and sent you only a 1 ounce last time."
Yeah,
Oh no, you did not mess
nothing up.
You know, yeah. Don't.
No way.
Let's put it this way. You're the first and only people to ever send me samples, and which
is awesome.
And I don't, I'm not huge into samples. I'd rather have the bottle. But that was so nice of you guys. I appreciate. I mean, because nobody's ever done that. So I thought, well, that's really,
awesome.
Really cool.
Yeah.
And another thing is, I don't know who to trust, but I know I can trust you guys.
Yes.
So that's really, really cool. So thank y'all for sending that. We got such great people here. He said, Oscar said we did cocktails. Nathan said, yeah, no cocktails there, just the tasting and shopping. I still need to open the double oak. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
Double. I love the double oak,
which was just a small. Yeah, the double oak store pick is one of the best things you could ever buy.
Yeah.
And he bought this one called the double oak, and it came in this little package with two other bottles, like 3 of them.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to tell you the price. Nathan can tell you that. But Oscar says, we've done cocktails at Woodford, but never a tour. Head over to Glenn's Creek Distillery down the road. They make some great whiskey.
They also have
Thanks, Oscar, for that.
Across the road where you probably did the cocktails, actually.
Yeah.
And we have not. We've been to Woodford twice, and we have not been to their bar.
Now, we went to the Heaven Hill has a cool bar that you go upstairs. And everywhere I go, I always get an old fashioned because I just want to try the different.
Old fashioned, yeah.
And then we had the old fashioned at Maker's Mark. But I think the one at Heaven Hill was better. Can't remember what it was, but.
That's right, Marshall. He said samples are for sharing, and it's fun to share whiskey. That is the truth.
Good point.
Very much.
And I'm getting some bottles together for Marshall. I'll guarantee you some he's never tried. So he'll enjoy that. So don't want to just load him up, but it's gonna be something. So you have a lot of videos to do for a while. So guys, we're gonna, unless anybody has questions, man, that I've even got some more of this 121.
Marshall, that is so good. Thank you for sharing.
Man, that is really good. It's not a single barrel though. It's just 121.2 proof. So they probably all have like a blend or a batch.
Very, very good.
So,
like I said, a lot of heat, but full of flavor.
That Heaven Hill bottle and bond is real. Yes, it is. And that Heaven Hill Distillery tour is real. We went on the Heaven Hill bottled and bond tour. That was really cool because you went to the Rick House.
Yeah.
And you walked around. He was telling you the history, which was amazing. This is why I love bourbon, guys. The history.
Yeah.
I don't have to sip anything, honestly. I love the history.
Just learning about what the process is, the whole process.
No, and the history of the buildings.
Yes.
And the history of like when the one guy that had the one key to get in the building. That was a great story. Yeah. Question number 1, question number 2, question number 3, question number 4. No questions. Yeah, and that the Heaven Hill Bottle and Bond, it is wow. Now I've never gotten it for $39, but I think the lowest I've ever gotten it was like $49. I've had several bottles. What did we get? 49. I think we picked this up, the Heaven Hill Bottle and Bond, and we picked that up at Benny's, I believe, wasn't it? No, maybe it was Benny's. $49.
I think we did.
I can't remember, but
I can't remember either.
Wherever it was like $49, so I picked it up. And I think, or maybe it was $39, and that's why Dice went and got it for $39.
Yeah.
I think that's what it was. I think we picked it up at Benny's.
Yeah, it was $39. Cheaper than.
Because we're like, whoa.
It normally.
Yeah.
Is.
And I think that's what it was. It's like, if this was under $30, it'd have smashed the competition. This stuff is great. It's really good.
For sure. Agree.
If you don't have this, go treat yourself. It's in North Carolina everywhere. It's good stuff.
Awesome.
Speaking of what, here's 2 bottles that we opened this one.
Yes. From our special Patreons.
Yeah, that was Dice says the Benny's was $39.99.
Yes.
And look at this was from Derek and Cindy Steffen. And man, they're awesome people. But let's see if I can get this to focus. Elmer T. Lee that they sent us. I'm not gonna drink any more tonight, but
awesome.
That's so good.
And then we have not opened the
never opened this.
18.
And I might open this next week. I don't know if I really want to. Guys, that's 3. I've seen it for $300. I've seen it for $3.99. Derek and Cindy sent that to us as well.
And they got these in Idaho.
Yeah. Sitting on the shelf. For this one was $150 and that was $42.
Yeah.
And a lot of people they're disappointed in Buffalo. I mean, what do you expect? It's a 90 proof single barrel.
Yeah.
I bet, you know what we need to do is I bet that Buffalo Trace single barrel that Dice picked up for us is very much like this. So we ought to do a little taste test.
Yeah.
On those. The single barrel and this.
What do you guys think?
In the meantime, I'm just going.
He's just going to sniff it.
Smell it.
Oh, yeah. Just good flavor. Good. Sensory.
I don't know the answer to that. Honestly, I think Buffalo Trace, Blanton's, and Elmer T. Lee all have similar mash bills. I think. And it's just like one thing, if you go on the Heaven Hill distillery tour, it's almost like all of their, like Henry McKenna, Heaven Hill, Elijah Craig, JTS Brown, they all have the same mash bill. What matters is where it's put in the rick house. Yeah. Like they'll put JTS Brown up at the top, do it for 3 years, it's out, and they bottle it. They'll take this Elijah Craig 18, they put it on the bottom.
And they keep it there.
And they keep it
18
there
years.
For 18 years, and they may slowly move it up. And and then Heaven Hill's a little bit higher up, maybe a little bit in the middle, because it's probably like a 7-year aged. So when you go to the distilleries and you see the process that these big companies like Heaven Hill use, pretty amazing.
Yeah.
The oak does the work. The barrel's doing the work on the mash bill.
And I said, "Yep, do a blind between that and the single barrel." Delmer Tea.
Oh, look at here. Chip said, "Enjoyed the live tonight, guys. Signed up on your Patreon just now to give you some support in what you do." Well, thank you, Chip. That is so very nice.
We appreciate
so very
that.
Nice. I'm humbled by that.
Yeah.
Because every time somebody signs up, I'm like, and I'll tell Tina, I'm like, I don't feel like I'm worthy for this. But so the love is genuine.
Yes, it is.
GTS, Stag, and the H-Tater have the same mash bill. The others have the other mash bill besides the Weeders and Rise. So George G, Stag, and EH have the same. The others have the other mash bill. Okay, that makes sense. So Buffalo Trace, Plantons, and EH and Elmer T. Lee, and whatever else they got. There it is. Chip done signed up.
Thank you, Chip. That's awesome.
And he signed up at the Yeti level, so that's really cool.
Very nice.
So pretty soon I'll be sending you out like one of the Frontiersman Adventure Glencairns, and I'll send you out a T-shirt. So got to give me time to order those things. We appreciate you so much. So
thank you.
John is bringing the knowledge, and let me see if I could somehow
make him a moderator.
I want to make him a moderator for sure.
Yeah, Dice, back to what you said. Yep, do a blind, he said, between the Buffalo Trace single barrel and the Elmer T. Lee. That would be so cool. Just to see.
All right, we're going to go. John, I'm going to figure out how to add you as a moderator. Probably next time.
I think you can just hit it there, can't you?
No, I don't think I can here. I might. Let's try. No, see, this is not like it. It has to be from maybe. No. It has to be from my phone.
Gotcha.
So, all right, guys. Thank you for watching. We've been 2 hours. That's long enough. And we appreciate all of you guys. Had a great time tonight.
Yes, we did.
And thanks for my daughter Allison for coming in. That was so cool of her.
Great, Allison.
And so we got some trips planned coming up pretty soon, so we'll see what happens. And until all that starts happening, always keep it squatchy.
Love you guys. Thank you.